it would be a crime to give you spoilers because it's there. Hey all, it's Maria. So here's a 5-minute review. I'm also going to do a rock, paper, scissors ending explained after this video, so check it out. If it's up, I'll link it in a card here. Otherwise, you can find it in the description below in a few hours or so. So this is just a 5-minute review, no spoilers, because this book is so wild that I think it would be a crime to give you spoilers because it's there. You just have to read it and experience it for yourself. So here we go. Okay, so the book is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I have given it 4.5 stars. It is a domestic thriller set in the Scottish Highlands in a desolate, lonely chapel. And you have it written in the narrative structure of a first-person perspective from Adam and his wife Amelia. Then you also have letters interspersed in there that tell you, kind of recap their year in marriage. So you have, I think, 10 of them interspersed, so you can kind of see beginning to end how the Adam's marriage kind of starts to fall apart and how we ended up where we are here. So they are in, I think it's Blackwater Chapel in Scotland. There's a crazy icy storm outside, and they've made it there. And I think what I really loved about Alice's book is her ability to create her writing style was so good, in the sense that like the setting was such a good parallel for like the plot in the marriage, right? So how their marriage is like, everyone feels lonely and isolated in this marriage. Everyone is so cold to each other. It's a great parallel for like the setting outside where it's snowy and it's icy. And then it's set in a chapel, a converted chapel. Like, come on, marriage, chapel, like it's kind of like situational irony, and I'm here for it. And there's just a lot of irony in the book. There's a lot of dramatic irony and verbal irony, just because you know things the characters don't really know, which kind of make it funny. I will say it's hard because the only thing that I was like, I don't know about would have been the characters. They're really not likable, right? Adam just sucks. Honestly, he's like so whiny. And if you listen to it, whoever plays Adam in the audio version has like the best baritone voice. And I'm just so bummed he spent it the whole time being whiny as Adam. And then you have Amelia, who's kind of like pretentious, whatever, doesn't know how to be her own person, which I think is a theme that you find in this book, right? So one of the major themes is like marriage, individuality, nature versus nurture is a good theme in here too. Like, is it how you grow up, or is it, you know, the experiences that you have in life that make you who you are? And then also just like how secrets and lies, even little white lies, can destroy a marriage. So you have all of that. I would say the only reason that I really kept with this book was because of the letters that were written right from the perspective of the wife. Because they humanized the characters, right? Because from their first person accounts, Amelia and Adam just suck now, right? This wife's from the wife's perspective, it really humanizes the marriage. So you're like, oh, it's relatable. They're having marriage issues, but you see it from beginning to end, so you can kind of see where the breakdown happens. And I think it's so relatable how it happens, right, in their marriage. So I think that made it really. I think that helped, especially with like the pacing and making the characters more likable. Because with the narrative structure, there's a lot of some flashbacks in there. So I think by making each of the flashbacks part of the letters, you realize where you are so that you can keep the timeline straight in your head. So I really appreciated that. Like I said, the characters were a little insufferable, but like the twists were just shocking. Literally, I was just like, the whole time that like the last like 2/3 of the book, I was like, what is happening? So I highly recommend this book. I will say one of the plot devices is that Adam has face blindness. And so you're like, she almost uses it like he can't see anything and he can't remember faces. He can't see faces and he can't remember faces. And you're like, an interesting plot device? Sure. Convenient? Yeah. an easy way out? Maybe. So I think, you know, it definitely made it unique, but it also kind of, the way that she wrote it kind of made Adam just seem stupid. I think he can recognize things in people, I feel like, more than just like this throwaway kind of like, oh, of course, I don't know who that is. Right, because that's not, I feel like just because you can't recognize faces doesn't mean that you can't recognize people. Anyway, so that's what I have to say. Like I said, for twists and turns, like this is like a 5, a 10. And then for character and writing style, plot development in general, overall, I would give this book 4.5 stars. Definitely check it out, listen to it, because honestly, Adam's voice is just one of the main reasons to listen to it. So if you want to talk about the ending, and you've already read it, go ahead and jump into my next video, like I said, where we talk spoilers, because I need someone to talk to about them. Like, it's just me like this. So I will catch you in the next one.